Namaste programs, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's the Denmark bush trip, leg 6, the final leg from Aarhus Airport, EKAH, to Aalborg, EKYT. Let's get going. It's been a great trip so far, let's finish it off in style. Let's get going. And we need to turn around a bit. There's another plane coming into land in front of us. ATC, what you doing? What you doing? We're doomed. Let's just go from here. The timings will be a bit wrong, but hey, so be it. In fact, that plane wasn't landing, I guess. Just having a look around. Start our clock. We want 3:26 for 9:54. We're going to Randers Fjord. From Aarhus Airport, fly northwest 20 nautical miles to where Randers Fjord meets the sea. Excellent, excellent. Oh, look at this little town here. Hello. Aren't you pretty? We love you. Right, I'm just going to leave the natural trim as it is, or the initial trim as it is, because it'll give us a bit of upward motion, vertical speed. As we take our last look at Denmark on this trip. And it's rolling hills, lol. I mean, it is a bit hilly here, I guess. I mean, it's not dead flat. Look at these different coloured, shaped fields here. Very pretty. And then a big white box goes over the top of it. Don't we love it? More little towns. No cut and paste church. No football fields. I is disappoint. Possibly a bit of a field with maybe a clubhouse there. Possibly not. Possibly not. I don't know how I got that far off course just looking at that town, but I did. Alright, I think we can trim down now. Get back to 0%. Let the plane zoom down a bit and then float back up. We'll just let it do its thing. More little towns. Finally got the sea in front of us. There it is, heading back to the ocean. And presumably Randers Fjord. Goodbye, our house. It was lovely to visit you. Our house in the middle of our street. Very pretty country. Very pretty. I do say. I do declare. you know, fields here with its lines and its houses and its Illuminati symbols over there on the right. Oh, the Illuminati are everywhere. Fairly large forest here, although with a bunch of little clearings in it. I wonder what those clearings are all about. Little campsites, maybe? Little druidic ceremony areas where they sacrifice goats and shit. We know what these rural towns are like. I've seen all these movies. They're always sacrificing tourists or something. Or Nick Cage. Or swans. Or crusty jugglers. Alright, 5:50 of 9:50, so another 4 minutes before we get to that fjord, which must be this thing here. The old fjord. Hello, little town. No sign of any churches. Okay, and I find that quite hard to believe. Perhaps Denmark isn't like France, where every town has a church with a spire and are required to visit there every Sunday. That's almost a football field. That's almost a football field, possibly. This little dark green thing here. I think it is. It's even got markings. Yep. We found a football field. Football above God in that place. How are we doing? 7 minutes. Another 3 to go. Not really a town here, just a sort of stray collection of a bunch of houses. I wonder what that's all about. What's going on there? What's going on with these wind turbines as well? A whole bunch of them this time. I was saying before there was only like 3 or 4. Usually there's 5 or 6. Here we go. They've gone for the 7. The 7. Over there they've gone for the 5. They heard my plea. More wind turbines in each little spot. Look at what's going on here. The leafiest town in Denmark. For every house there is a million trees. I'm not sure if that's what... I think the algorithm's gone a little bit nuts there. Perhaps it is a leafy place, but that's a lot of trees. That's basically a town inside a forest. I'm not sure that shit works out that well. Bunch of farm fields over on the water there. That's unusual. Very salty soil, I imagine. I wonder what they grow there. Here we are, we're nearly at the fjord. Probably in about another minute, although again, It's from the takeoff, so we're probably a bit late. Having had to get up to speed and height. Beautiful greens going on here. Beautiful greens. Oh, look how green that one is. Wow. Super green. Cute little islands in the inlet here. This is almost certainly the fjord. Yes, we've made it. We're only about 20 seconds late. There we go, 3:38. The 3:16, although it says 3:39 on the instructions, but the purple line wants 3:38. Mariage Fjord, 6.8 nautical miles north-northwest of Randers Fjord, is Mariage Fjord, the longest in Denmark. Well, there it is. We can already see it. The longest fjord in Denmark. Yes, it goes all the way down there as far as the eye can see. Lovely. Very lovely. Mariage Fjord, if that is your real name. Really small entrance too, and then it goes nice and wide, then a little bit narrow, and then wide again, and then ooh, narrow, 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 narrow. But apparently it's still a fjord and not considered a river. I'm not sure what well, I guess a fjord isn't a river. It hasn't come from water coming from the mountains or anything, because lol, there aren't any mountains in... Where does Denmark get its fresh water from then? Just rainwater into lakes, I guess. Seems risky, if you want my opinion. All this sea water lying around, all these fjords that are completely useless for water. I'm sure they found a way. Alright, we're nearly at the turn. Island, nothing on it. No one's bothered to put a little, you know, shack or something to do some water skiing from it, or, you know, don't know, just explore it. Everyone's just found it completely boring and useless, so they've just ignored. Poor island. Oh, island just wants some people to visit it. Shit island. All right, the island that's the point. Let's go. 3:22 for 9:55. We're headed to Svenstrup. 21 nautical miles northeast lies the town of Svenstrup. Alright. This way. Let us find Svenstrup. There's the large fjord, the longest in Denmark. What have we behind us? The sea, the sea. Cool. More farms, no real little towns around here though. They've all given up. They've all given up. Oh no, there's a little town. I mean a village really. You're barely even going to find a football field there. Although that might actually be one. My god, there'd be 50 people who live in that town. I expect you know, you've got to have somewhere for the kids to play. In a field, you know, kicking a ball around. Not unusual. What's going on over there? Is that a runway over there? Something very straight. Some canals maybe. Meanwhile, we head to Svenstrup. Tiny little village just there. Almost didn't see it. A few little forests around the place. Perhaps a fairly large town just there. Come on, camera. Don't fight me. Wanna fight? Fight me. Sneaky little river here in front of us. Stream. Where's it going and where does it come from? Or is it just random algorithmic madness? RAM for short. Fairly big town. Again, it seems to be on a river. Where does it go? Over to this lake over here. What is the direction of flow? Not what I thought was a bit of water. There is something else. What is this? A lake or something? Maybe a reservoir built for the river. Oh, it's a little lake in the middle of the town. How cute. And yeah, actually that's where the water stops, so how's that work? Where is the source of this water? Is that the source of this water? Or is this, you know, vaguely mountainous in the distance bringing water like here? And then it ends at that tiny little town? What? I guess it could go underground then, but what's going on? How does the water table of Denmark work? It must be magnets. Alright, we've done nearly 5 minutes of 10. We're about halfway there. On our way to Svenstrup. Oh, Illuminati symbols. Illuminati symbols, we found them. This is where the aliens land. What has gone on there? Some kind of combine harvester that had was doing skids. Doing some burnouts. you know, what's not much bigger than a village, but has quite a bit of industrial stuff and even some fields. You'd almost call this a town, except there's just not that much of it. Perhaps, you know, this is the local mall or something, and so there's a bit of housing and residential that builds up around that. Meanwhile, all the other farmers, all the rest of the people are out in the farms and have to come into inverted commas town to do their shopping and shit. Who knows? The logistics of living on Earth. They're not as simple as you would think. Then also more simple than you'd think, probably. More rivers. Just guess they're rainwater rivers somehow? Or are there... I mean, it almost looks like right off on the horizon there are some fairly large patches of... I mean, it might very well be Sweden or, you know, Netherlands or whatever's bordering my geography. God damn it. I think it connects to Sweden. Do they connect to Netherlands in the south of Denmark? I think they might. Anyway, maybe that's where the mountains are, elsewhere in Europe, just not in Denmark. Perhaps we're just not in the part of Denmark that has mountains. Perhaps there are some somewhere. Meanwhile, we're about 2.5 minutes from Svenstrup. I'm not really seeing a city. Oh, it just says town. I thought it said city before, so town. So maybe, yeah, this might be it here. This might be Svenstrup. Maybe it's in the shade over there. Come to me, O Svenstrup. I would like to visit with you. Little town here on the outskirts of Svenstrup. Yes. Hello, Svenstrup. Hello, outskirts of Svenstrup. Cute little town, village, whatever it is, however they self-identify. Right, about another minute before the turn, although we're going a bit slow. Had to power down a bit to try and stop this. The plane, regardless of when it's nice and level or not, just the slightest nudge on the controller and it decides to climb 500 feet. Yeah, Svenstrup's pretty big. Big industrial area in the corner there, and on the right side as well. Residential everywhere else. Maybe a couple of malls. Who knows? Who knows what else they've got? Even more industrial over here. Oh, is this... Oh, well hang on there a second. Here's Svenstrup, maybe? Or is this Svenstrup? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, we're about to turn. There we go. So that was either the little town we're looking at was Svenstrup, because I think, judging by the next instruction here, of 2 minutes and 6 seconds at 27 degrees, we're heading to Aalborg. 4.3 nautical miles northeast of Svenstrup lies Aalborg, the nation's 4th largest city. I mean, look at it. This is not Svenstrup. This is Aalborg. And we're already here. I guess this is what it's considering of a city. The CBD, the downtown. We're way too high. Come on. Let's get back down to about 2,000. We'll be landing soon. 2 minutes 6 this way, and then one final little bit to the airport. And that will conclude the Denmark bush trip. Oh, it's been awful. It's been awful. That's not what I meant to say. It's been awesome, Denmark. It hasn't been awful at all. It's been absolutely amazing. There's a church. Can we find a football stadium? Fourth largest city. Come on, where's Aalborg FC? Where do they play out of? I see nothing. Maybe over there, there's a racetrack. Perhaps that might be a football stadium. Don't know. I'm sure there is one. I'm sure Aalborg would have some kind of sporting complex, given how large the city is. Look at this. Got people on houses on boxes. Who can complain? Not I. This is lovely. Beautiful town. Alright, there we go. Let's start turning this way. 3:30 for 1 minute 51. The final segment of the final leg. We are heading to Aalborg. Your incredible journey throughout Denmark comes to an end at Aalborg Airport. Well, that's definitely it over there. Guess we'll come this way a bit. It was a football stadium. Look, there it is. We found it. All is well. Would have been a terrible ending to the trip if we hadn't found a football stadium and a church. All collectibles unlocked. Let's see. I mean, could have landed there, I guess. But we'll land on the big runway. Let's not go nuts. Let's slow her down. Let's get her over there and get her down safely so that we can tick this bush trip off the list as not anger it. Not anger the bush trip. No one wants to anger a bush trip. We want to, tick it off the list of bush trips. There's a smaller runway. We'll go on the smaller runway to the left. I can't see what number it is from the picture. Float down a little bit like so. Probably coming in a bit short, but at this point we've got plenty of power to spare. We need to. Let's come in a bit low onto this lake. Again, from this sort of mysterious river. Where do they come from? Where's the source? It is a mystery. Let's go to cockpit view so that we can line ourselves up properly. We're actually going to float too high somehow. Does this plane not know how to descend? Get out of the air, aeroplane. Crazy enough that you're up here in the first place. Yeah, we're going to come in long, I think. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's a long runway. It's only fitting. Probably do this a bit. We've got a bit of speed to work with. There we go. That's alright. Yeah, not complaining about that. 500. It's all good. We'll come in, I would say a little bit fast, but no, it's perfectly fine. It's well within tolerances. There we go. Welcome to Aalborg. You will be assimilated. 26L. Come on, plane, down you go. Come on. No need to stay in the air all day. There we go. Beautiful. We've done it. Hope you enjoyed that. That was Belgium. Did I say Belgium? That was Denmark. Don't know why I said Belgium. I meant to say bush trip. Leg 6, Denmark bush trip completed, 3 hours and 22 minutes. Tomorrow will be the entire bush trip, 3 hours or 22 minutes in 10 minutes. I hope you can join me for that. Thank you for watching this one. I hope you enjoyed this one as well. Au revoir. Goodbye.